Hi, friend. Ashley here. Welcome to the Unlock Your Dream podcast. I'm here to guide you along your journey to unlocking your dreams to achieve the best life that you can imagine possible. From my journey in medicine as a PA and then some in the corporate world, I always still desired a little bit more out of life. It wasn't until I met some people who had seen their dreams realized that it occurred to me that maybe, just maybe, mine could come true too. Come along with me as we get to know some of these friends of mine and hear their stories of unlocking their dreams. Episode 1, here we go. Hey, friend, welcome to Unlock Your Dream podcast this week. Again, I'm Ashley, and it's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend some time with me just to get to know a little bit about me and my story before I invite some of my friends on to help me share their stories with you. So, you know a little bit about why I started this podcast based on even the trailer and some intros, but I really want to chat with you today as a friend. I'm coming from a place of sitting right beside you with a cup of coffee, probably an iced latte if I'm being honest, or maybe a glass of wine, and just being friend to friend here, sharing with you how I have seen some dreams in my life become unlocked. And I'm also with you, and they're not all unlocked yet. I'm walking this journey with you as we learn from others who have done just that. They've seen dreams realized. They've provided me with resources to help me see mine come true. And I want to be able to create a community of people here that where we do just that. Now, so you can get to know a little bit more about me. So, how I've unlocked some of my dreams and have some more to still unlock. My background is in medicine as a physician assistant, and I practiced for about 5 years in rheumatology and then made the move over to the corporate world because for me at the time, it was a place where I had a little more flexibility, income was better, things for me that were really important. And even thinking back to being a child, I loved going to my dad's office with him. He owned a business and my grandmother did as well. And I would just spend my summers even going into work with them. I loved the idea of watching businesses evolve, of people's lives being changed and being able to make a difference at the end of the day. What I did see though, especially in my dad's business, is if he got a call while we were on vacation, he had to go. My grandmother maybe would be able to stick a sticky note on the door if she needed to run a quick errand, but they were tied to a place and they were tied to employees. And so there was something in that even that I was like, I just don't necessarily wanted the responsibility of the brick and mortar, but I loved the idea of owning something myself. So flash forward, now I've done medicine for a while. I got burned out there, I kind of capped out there, did the corporate thing, which I'm actually still doing. And in the midst of all that, I have met some people who, to me, have just seen the dream become real. They have created some financial independence or people who have been able to be stay-at-home moms while being an entrepreneur at the same time. And for me, those are two of my big dreams, and I will share more of mine with you as we go along this journey together. But meeting people who have done just that inspired and unlocked something in me that helped me to see that maybe these things that were in me, even from a little girl, maybe I wasn't crazy, or maybe I hadn't made too many of the wrong turns. Maybe all the turns I made are the ones that led me right here where I'm supposed to be. So, like I said, I've met some people who have had those dreams realized. And even though I felt like I had done everything right, whether it was go to school, get good grades, get the job, it's like I'd made it. And I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, I cannot do this for 40 years. And I know it's not for everybody. And maybe everybody's dream is not entrepreneurship, but I hope you'll stick around long enough to find the person on this show that connects with you. I have some really exciting friends of mine on the way who have done everything from killing it in the nutrition game to creating a healthy coffee syrup to being a stay-at-home mom and doing amazing things with their kids while being an entrepreneur. So hang tight. If these dreams don't connect with you, I bet you there'll be one along the way that will. So these people who I met along my journey, for me, I feel like mentorship is something that's really thrown out a lot. Online, you can get a course or you have to pay, an absurd amount of money to get a one-on-one phone call with somebody. But it really was valuable to me to be with someone who had these results, who was speaking from experience and not theory, which for me, a lot of times, a lot of the people in leadership in my life, a lot of times were speaking from theory, or I would flash forward my life 10 to 15 years to be where they are. And it made me realize that I didn't really want the life that they had. They were missing a lot from their children. They weren't happy, they weren't healthy. And so for me to meet some people who to me seemed to have it all, they were moms, they were entrepreneurs, they were financially independent, they were healthy, they had great marriages and great relationships with other women, which for me historically had been pretty challenging as well. So, like I said, I earned some time to be with them, and I have seen my dream expand so much from spending time with them, especially after having our son earlier this year. I think for me, having a baby has unlocked something in me that is both powerful and empowering at the same time. I know that's a story that I'm happy to share here at some point, but we did an unmedicated birth and it was just the coolest experience. And doing something like that just gives you so much vision and purpose. And now it's like when I'm covered in spit up or rocking him in the middle of the night, there is nothing else that I would rather be doing. And so for me, it meant finding something that was going to be able to help replace any sort of active income in my life to be able to do that. Now, transparently, I'm still on that journey. But vulnerably, I want us to be here and be a place where we can cheer each other on. And when we see these things happen, it's going to be really cool to look back and say, look how far we've come. So, even this podcast is a little bit of a dream for me to connect you guys to each other and to possibly things that help you see your dreams come true. It's a place where I hope transparently that I get to build some trust and credibility with you guys, even through having the people that we have here. And honestly, friend, it's just a place where I want to see your dreams come true. So I hope you'll find it a place where you can leave comments and reviews about things that you've seen realized, hopefully by stories that you've connected here or people that you can connect to here. And I really hope it's a journey where we can learn to be better together in this community and where 2024 becomes a place where we look back and we're like, wow, what a difference a year's made. So come join me, grab that cup of coffee, pop in those AirPods as you're going for your run today, mama, and let's do it. Let's join forces and make this something really special and powerful. And like I said, follow along, subscribe here so you don't miss any stories. We don't miss the story that might unlock everything for you. Or maybe you're able to see some patterns here of maybe all of these people have done different things, but they align to a place where maybe there's a pattern of like, we read books, we listened to audios, we got mentorship, we listened to podcasts, we're able to get help from people a little further down the road or whatever the pattern becomes for you. I hope you're able to just connect here and find some me too's, that you're not alone, that any of the doubt or the fear that you feel, maybe it won't go away, but maybe it'll press through. I was listening to something earlier today that was talking about a lot of times when we hear fear, we think run. And historically, there are some things when you're afraid of, you probably should run from. But maybe those butterflies in your stomach, or maybe that little bit of fear that you feel is because something wonderful and amazing is on the other side of it, if you can only press through it. So here we are. We're going to begin this journey together, and I am so grateful that you're here. Like I said, feel free to leave a review on the bottom to have the chance to be featured at the beginning of other episodes. I want to be able to read those so you can hear your name as well throughout this journey in this community. Let me know who you want to hear from. There'll be an application in the show notes. If there's other guests, if you want to apply to be on the show, let me know what you like, what you don't like. Like I said, we are on this journey and I am going right beside you together. But hang tight. I think it's going to be a fun but a wild ride. Okay, friend, thanks for joining me this week on Unlock Your Dream podcast. Let's do this. Okay, friend, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Feel free to share this podcast with another friend who it may inspire. Leave a review to possibly be featured at the beginning of another episode, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the stories that can help unlock your dream for you.